Hello there, my name is Laura Alameri, and I want to share with you. Actually, I'm going to do this is a five-part series I'm going to do for the next 5 days, starting today, on really get going in setting up your real estate business virtually online. We all know that nowadays, because of what's going on with the crisis and with the coronavirus, that we are working from home, and you see it's a lot of you are working virtually, even for your own businesses. But what real estate is happening is that the people that are involved with the investment part of real estate, actually, this is the best time ever to really regroup and see how you can start your business virtually, even moving forward when we come out of this crisis. Now, I personally have done virtual investing since the 90s because back in 95, 96, I actually used to live in two different areas. I lived in the Midwest and also lived in New York State. And so when I was in one area, I would do business in the other and vice versa. So because of timing and the way the things was, I happened to do a lot of virtual investing. And this is what I'm here to share with you today and for this five-part series on how you set it up, especially for today's market. So the first thing I want to really bring to your attention is the first step. The first crucial step for real estate, doesn't matter if you're doing wholesaling, buy and hold, or fix and flip, is to choose the right area. Okay? Don't just go out there and say, take for granted because you live there, that's the easiest way to do it. Some of the areas around the country are tougher to deal with wholesaling, especially than others, or fix and flips. Because of the supply and demand, because of the market prices, because of competition. So do your research first. That's the first step. This is so crucial. One of the couple of things I want to recommend is, first of all, how you do your research. Second of all, what I'm seeing as far as a trend here in doing the research or choosing the right area is that, first of all, a trend I'm seeing is that the best areas actually tend to be away from the bigger cities. 1 million, 1.5 million people or less population, 200, 250,000 and more. So I would say the sweet spot is between 250 and 1.5 million. Those tend, population-wise, to tend to be the better cities to do it. You don't want it too small because honestly, it might be too limited of an inventory and it's not really enough to build up your business. Too large, bigger metropolitan areas, there is a lot going on, and a lot of time there's more competition, and also you need to know the right pockets within those areas, so they can work well in the metropolitan areas as well, but you really need to study the different pockets. So now, how do you find out which one are the pockets? So first of all, if you have the whole United States, right? So the first thing you want to do is narrow it down to which cities you want to work with, which is not necessarily the city you live in. This is the beauty of doing it virtual. You can go anywhere and do this. So the first thing is I read up. Okay, I go to realtor.com, realtor.org, the National Association of Realtor websites. I go to some of the commercial sites like ngkf.com is a commercial site about real estate, but they give you a lot of good studies and stats and so forth. So I do a general research, kind of read up and see, okay, where seems to be. So if you're wholesaling, is it different if you're buying and holding, right? So you're looking for different criteria. Wholesaling, I'm looking at the speed of the market. Once I put the deals under contract, how long does it take for me to actually sell this deal? The days on the market is very crucial. The supply and demand, the fact that the prices, what they end up for selling for is not dramatically lower than what the prices they were asking. So those are data that I really look. For the buy and hold, I look at the rental demand. I look at what type of rents you can get in the area. What is the ratio? What's the cap rate? How much money can I make per door in this particular area? Do I get more for my money than where I am? For example, I live in South Florida, and the rental properties here, you get a lot less cash flow per door than I get where I have properties in the Midwest. So, the cash flow per door for me to make at least $250, $400 per door is what determines if it's a good market. And then obviously I look at the other things in the market like the demand. So once you have this general information, then you can use tools like the MLS or PropStream. PropStream is a tool, and I know there are others out there that actually taps into MLS data, and you want to do a research of what I talked about, the supply and demand, the sale prices, what actually sold for compared to what it was on the market for, the days on the market. You want to do a little bit of research like that. So research, right? That's your first step. So the first step today, we're going to talk about only research. Once you pinpoint an area, then focus on the area, okay? Don't say, okay, I'm just going to do some investments here, some investments there. Eventually, you can do that. But right now, concentrate to building your business in just one city. First of all, it might be more than enough to keep you busy, and you like to keep things concentrated in one area will make your life so much easier. And then eventually, yes, it is a good idea to spread through different markets like we do. We tackle different markets just because it's also a way to diversify your risk investing. And I'm talking for wholesaling, buy and hold. You just don't look at virtual investing only for wholesaling. It's also very good for buy and hold, to buy properties in markets where you get more for your money. So this is what the first step. So today we're going to talk about this and how to choose the right area. So do your research, come up, and feel free to give us some feedback. So I'd love to know which cities you want to share with, which cities you think are good for marketing, especially smaller cities. And don't be afraid, okay? Come from the point of seeing that there is enough for everybody. So don't say, oh no, I want to keep that as a secret. I share with you which cities are best. I have no problem with that. So write that on the feedback, which city you think are best. And then tomorrow, we're going to go into the second steps of the process in creating your business online. So in 5 days, I will give you what you need to bring this business virtual. Take care.